My name is Stephanie, and I am so glad that you are here with me today. Today's video is a fun Q&A video that I was tagged in to do by Christina at Old School ASMR Sounds. She is so sweet and has really amazing ASMR content. So if you don't know about her channel, I will link it below for you to go check out. So thank you, Christina, for tagging me. This was originally a tag created by GB. There are 25 questions to answer today. So let's go ahead and get to them. Question number 1. When was the first time that you experienced ASMR? And one of my earliest experiences, not knowing what it was, of course, was when I was in kindergarten. So that was in 1989. Picture it. It's 1989. You're fresh on the scene in kindergarten. You walk into the library, and the librarian wants to read you and your class a story. This woman had the best demeanor. You could not ask for anyone better to read children's books. She had such a gentle, soft voice, which is pro for librarian, but she just had a way of reading the story in such a gentle way, and she would also hold the book up to us and lightly touch the illustrations and kind of point them out and trace and just kind of gently touch the pages. And one of my favorite things, although it's not good, is if she wanted to point out like how sad it was if a book was damaged, like if there was a tear or somebody had scribbled in the book, she would point it out in such a way, but it was so gentle, like it would just, like, my brain would just melt. I loved story time with Mrs. Melville. It was really good. I remember specifically one of the books that she did was Where the Wild Things Are, and it's always ingrained in my memory, Where the Wild Things Are, and The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And it was just the way she would hold the book and gently turn the pages and softly speak, almost in a whisper sometimes. It just really relaxed me as a kid. So that was probably my first really memorable ASMR experience. Question number 2 is, when was the first time you watched ASMR on YouTube? And that was probably in 2016, when my son was about 2 years old. I remember he was sick, and he was sleeping a lot that day, and so when he was napping, I was kind of looking just for something to chill too. So I was looking at makeup, like application videos, because that's a huge trigger for me, is just to watch makeup application, like a lot of people. So I would look for those on YouTube, for not to learn how to do makeup really, although that's a bonus, I guess, but just for the relaxation of it. when I did that, suggested content came up, and one of them was ASMR requests with Allie. And so I was like, what is ASMR? I had never heard of ASMR. And I, Googled it, and I was like, there's a name for this. There's a name for this thing that I experience, that I've always experienced my whole life. So I thought it was amazing. So down the rabbit hole we went. So 2016 with ASMR requests with Allie, and she had a little break for a while and went away, but then she just came back a few months ago with a new channel. So ASMR requests with Allie is now a different channel, Allie etc. ASMR. Question number 3 is, what is your favorite unintentional ASMR? I imagine that this might be a common answer, but my favorite unintentional ASMR is the joy of painting with Bob Ross. I know. And that's another thing, because wasn't my first experience with ASMR, but I used to watch The Joy of Painting. Anytime I would see it was on, like on the weekend, I would turn on PBS, public access, whatever, and it's Saturday, 1 o'clock, I'm sitting there watching Joy of Painting with Bob Ross, just to chill. My mom thought I was like trying to be some aspiring artist, and while I did enjoy watching his process, I'm there for the tingles. I'm there for the relaxation. It was just so soothing. I probably started watching that maybe when I was in 4th grade. And I did that forever. Like anytime I could catch Joy Painting. So that was great unintentional ASMR for me. And anytime, like, my other unintentional ASMR is like haircuts, that kind of stuff. When I was younger, watching people write at school was one for me. Of course, anytime anybody would whisper or like talk to me softly, like just one-on-one, but we had to be kind of quiet, like thing, or they would, point out things like on a piece of paper, just kind of, go like that, just that kind of stuff, unintentional ASMR. Question number 4 is, name the last 5 ASMRtists that you've watched. I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget. So first we have old school ASMR sounds. Old school ASMR sounds with Christina, who tagged me in this wonderful questionnaire. She has a lot of interesting content. She has a very soothing voice. And then number 2 is Cheryl ASMR, and I recently discovered her channel because she actually came to my channel, and through Christina. So thank you, Cheryl. And I went over to her channel and I was hooked immediately. So soothing. Her voice is amazing, and she just has a really calming presence. So that was number 2. Number 3, I do not need to introduce gentle whispering ASMR with Maria. And then number 4 is T-Star ASMR. Such a good channel. She has grown a lot, which is amazing. Congratulations. And she does lots of cool whisper rambles, and she's really good at that. And she has a very positive, uplifting vibe. And then number 5 is ASMR Kiki in the she is so underrated. I would love to see her channel blow up because she's so creative. She does the best role plays. I mean, the ideas this woman has are amazing, and not only that, the way she executes them and the time and care she puts into videos are just beyond. So I highly recommend those channels. I'll link them down below in the description, of course. Question number 5 is, what is your favorite trigger to listen to? I would say to listen to, my favorite trigger is probably tapping. I guess light tapping. I'm really visual though with my ASMR. I do like the sounds, but I'm super visual. So when we say listen to, that's not necessarily that light tapping is my all-time favorite trigger, but it's up there. I do really like just a light, slow tapping sound. Question number 6 is, what is your least favorite trigger to listen to? And then in parentheses it says, do it. Oh gosh. Okay. So my least favorite ASMR trigger is mouth sounds. I know that ASMR comes in all colors, and honestly it feels like just about anything on this planet could serve as an ASMR trigger at this point for somebody. Some people really like one thing, can't stand another, vice versa, and that's totally cool. But for me personally, mouth sounds, and it says do it. Ugh, okay, I will do it, but I'm not gonna like it. Okay. I can't even. Okay. Like, I can't take myself seriously doing this. But you know, when people get all up in the mic and it doesn't matter, you don't have to be all up in the mic, I don't like it anyway. But just like that. Okay, that's enough. So that is my least favorite trigger. Yeah. Question number 7 is, do you use ASMR to relax or fall asleep? Of course. Yes. That is something I do pretty frequently, actually. It's very soothing and relaxing. I sometimes need a little extra time to wind down at night, even if I'm tired. So ASMR is a great tool for me to help me relax and drift off to sleep. Question number 8 is, what is your bedtime routine? My bedtime routine is pretty basic, pretty boring. I usually just clean my face with a cleansing cloth, and I brush my teeth, and I take my allergy medications, and just settle in for the night, I guess. Put my hair up on top of my head, get cozy, and I know it is not recommended by anybody, but I do watch videos on my phone, as I discussed in the previous question. So I just kind of snuggle up in bed, get all my pillows together, get in my blankets, and I'll put my headband on, my headband, because that's the only way to go for me. And then I just watch a video or two until I Sometimes it's ASMR, sometimes it's a tarot video, or sometimes it's just something random, but it usually is something that's gonna be chill. Question number 9 is, what is your favorite trigger to do? And do it. One of my favorites to do is tapping. It's very satisfying, but sometimes I know I'm guilty of maybe tapping a little too quickly. So I'm trying to get better about the slower tapping. Although I know plenty of people do appreciate the faster tapping. But I keep having to remind myself to slow it down just a little bit. This is just my little snow globey thing from my desk that I grabbed so I could have something to tap on. It says good vibes on it, and it has pink and white glitter in it. It looks kind of like a little crystal ball. So I guess tapping is probably my favorite trigger, along with just talking to y'all. I like to just speak quietly, and hopefully you find that relaxing. Question number 10. Number 10 is, what is your least favorite trigger to do? Now, I haven't done all the triggers in the world, but I will say probably my least favorite trigger to do was when I did the mic blowing video. I just did it as a request because I know a lot of people do like that sound, but it's not a trigger that resonates with me personally, and I think that's probably why it's the least favorite for me, just because it doesn't resonate for me. And when I was doing it, I was like, oh, I hope I'm doing this correctly. I don't know. So it says do it, so okay. I really hope that was not abrasive. I don't know. We'll see. Question number 11 is, how long does it take you to make a video? Well, that really just depends on the type of video that I'm making. I do not just shoot straight through and post, so I have plenty of times that I have to stop or edit something out, or I mess up, or there's a loud sound that I don't want in the video, and so it's the time to film, and then it's also the time to go back and edit everything that I need to edit. Like, for example, I've already had to stop this video once just to remind my son not to yell. So, and then, my cat starts snoring over there and it gets a little too loud, or a plane flies over the house, or like the Amazon truck comes in front of the house, just right outside my window. So that kind of stuff can make videos take longer to film, and then I gotta edit stuff out. Sometimes with the magazines, particularly the really thicker magazines, those obviously take a little bit longer to go through. There are times that I come upon a section or something in the magazine that I have to read for a second to understand what it is I'm looking at, so that takes time, so I edit that out, or maybe I turn the page too loudly, and that's gonna really hurt your ears, especially if you're wearing headphones. So just try to account for all that kind of stuff, which takes longer to film and edit and then get posted. So it depends. I would say at least a couple hours, depending. I know the last magazine I did, that took me over 2 hours to film, and then it took me another at least couple hours to edit. So that's 4 hours right there. And then, you just got your initial, I don't really do too much setup so much. We just kind of sit here in my little spot and chill, and I just set everything up. But still, you gotta make sure everything's cool. It's a bit of a process. It just depends on what kind of video we're filming for the day. Question number 12 is, have you ever gotten tingles from your own videos? Not really. I don't know if that's just like a common thing because it's my video and I know what to expect, or what it is. I think that I hear a lot of people say they don't always get tingles from their own videos. Maybe once or twice ever. I do find some of it relaxing though, when I'm especially editing like the magazines. I do find myself getting kind of sleepy feeling a little bit just because it's quiet. But I don't get tingles from my own videos really. Question number 13 is, do you watch your own videos? Well, yeah, because I have to edit my videos. So after I record, I have to edit. So in the editing process, I'm watching the whole video through. But as far as watching them again, I may have watched them more a little bit in the beginning, when I first started making videos, because I wanted to just get a feel for what I was doing and how it was coming across and things. So and just getting comfortable with this whole aspect of recording yourself and putting it on the internet. So I don't watch my videos though. I'd rather watch other content creators. Question number 14 is, what software do you use to edit? And I actually use an app called Power Director. I actually record all my videos on a phone. Not my personal phone, it's like an additional phone that we have. So I just record on the phone and I edit on the phone and I post from the phone. And the Power Director app has been really good. I do use the paid version, but I just do those Google survey rewards. You may be familiar with it, but they send you surveys and they pay you to answer questions. And I rack up so much money, and not so much, and not that much, but I rack up enough money in that account that way that I can just buy things in the Google Play Store with it. So I just use that survey money and pay for the yearly subscription to the Power Director app because I think it's worth it. It's been really good. I'm sure there's something free out there that works the same maybe, but this I found to be really easy to learn and pretty intuitive. So I've used it the whole time that I've had my channel, pretty much. Question number 15. Question number 15. What time of day do you film? So I film at all times, really. I've been doing the majority in the daytime, I would say. Just because it's a little more convenient for me. I kind of am tired at night a little bit, or I just want to chill at nighttime. So I end up trying to do it in the daytime, which is good and bad because you got all the daytime noises from the dogs that bark. All the dogs bark around here all the time. But the dogs, and then you got delivery trucks, you've got people mowing their yard. Just all the noises that come with daytime. I have really tried to make videos when I'm at home by myself, or at least when my son is out of the house, like his school or camp, just so it's a little more quiet, although he's being amazing right now. He's home right now. My husband's out, but he's home and he's just doing a really good job. I've only had to remind him one time. And, but he's been awesome. So, but it's just easier when I'm by myself, because my husband sometimes, if he's working at home, he has really loud phone conversations. He has meetings and stuff, so he'll be in the room next to me and it's just loud. So it's just easier. But I like to do it in the daytime because I'm just kind of like not in my vibe at night as much. Although I have done a fair amount of nighttime recording. But by that point, I'm just kind of like, meh. So, question number 16 is, what is your favorite video that you've made? I would say, oh my gosh, I love the role play videos that I've done. I've only done 2, but they were so fun. They were probably my favorites, actually. The greeting card sales lady, and then the Avon lady that I did around the holiday time. Those were my favorite. It's just super fun to kind of dress up and be somebody else. I had a lot of fun with those, actually. I need to do another roleplay type video. I just haven't had the idea, I guess, come to me so much. I actually have had a couple of ideas, but I just haven't put them on the front burner, so to speak, to do. But I'd like to do another roleplay video at some point. It was a lot of fun. Question number 17 is, have any of your videos had an unexpected negative fan reaction? No, thankfully. If you didn't like it, then thank you for not raking me across the coals, I guess. So yeah, no, I have been very fortunate in the fact that so many wonderful people have come through, and I've been able to meet and interact with such wonderful people. I know my channel is small, and so the bigger a channel might get, you're gonna invite that possibility in more and more. But I'm mentally prepared for that, and I know not everybody is going to like the content that I post, because not everything is for everyone. I think even people who like certain things that I post may not like other things that I post, and that's completely fine. I think kindness is the key here. If you don't like something, that's okay. You don't have to say anything. But luckily, I have not had any super negative comments or people come through as of yet. So thank you for being so kind and so wonderful. Question number 18 is, what video of yours do you think didn't get the love it deserved? Well, I don't really think that about anything. I mean, there are some videos, of course, that get less views than others. I already know, the magazines are more popular, so they're gonna have more views, but I think that I just create the content with the intention of, for one, it's something I wanted to do. I felt creatively called to do, or I just felt called to do, and it will find the people that it needs to find, that might enjoy it or find it helpful. So that said, I will say that the holiday catalog series that I did last holiday season got a little less traction than I thought it might, but I totally understand it now. What I understood it then, but I was already in. I was already committed. But last November and December, I did the 12 days of vintage holiday catalogs series, and I was so excited about it. But I think really I just kind of not only overwhelmed myself, but I overwhelmed my subscriber base because it was just too much content all at once, and some of it was super lengthy content. So I really I bit off a lot, but I pulled it off. I don't want to say I bit off more than I could chew, because I chewed it. I chewed it, but it was a lot at the time, and therefore I think just because it was so much all at once that I just put too much all at once, and it just did not get the views. But they're always there. They're in the playlist. So if you ever find yourself wanting to look through a vintage holiday catalog, you can find them in the playlist. They will always be there for you whenever you're ready. Question number 19. Maybe I should just start doing this. 19. What is something the audience doesn't know about the behind the scenes of your channel? Well, I guess you don't know that I am recording this in my bonus room above my garage, my house. That outside of what you see here, which is just these lights, I am in a very messy room. This is quite an interestingly shaped room. It's kind of just rectangular with sloped ceilings. A lot of stuff goes on in this room. It used to be my son's playroom, but I kind of grew my eBay business to a point where I needed more space. So I moved into this room, and I store inventory, and I take product photographs. I sit at this table right here, and there's a table right here in front of me, and I do hard goods like photographing, and then over to my right I will use my hanging mannequins to photograph clothing. I have giant lights around. I have a desk over here to my left, which I use for my computer and printing and just whatever I need. And then across from me I have lots of IKEA storage units to keep inventory in. And then over there in the corner I have my own little zen zone, as I call it. It's just a mattress and box springs, and it's just my chill zone when I need to just take some time for myself, which is really important, just to kind of center myself, whether it's just sitting quietly, meditating, doing some self-healing Reiki, reading like tarot or oracle cards, just connecting with myself. So I have that space over there. And right now this place is a hot mess because I have so much I need to really take care of. I cleaned out my son's room a bit over the summer and just pulled stuff in here that I thought I would sell on eBay, but I'm just having so much trouble mentally getting in the space to deal with it. So it is crazy around here, and I'm almost to the point where I just want to donate a bunch of stuff, and I probably might. So that's behind the scenes of what's going on around here. Question number 20. Question number 20 is, what's the most absurd request you've received from a fan? Okay, so this might be a good time to address a situation that I have dealt with since shortly after starting my channel, and that is the radio tuning situation. Y'all, okay, I say this with love, but do not ask me to tune a radio again. I had no idea what I was getting myself into with that. I had some requests to do some radio tuning, and I made a video where I literally did not talk, and I just went through the AM stations and tuned a radio. It's not my vibe, it's not my jam, it's not my trigger. I literally just did it because I had several people ask about it after I did some tapping on like old electronics that I had gotten from the thrift store and estate sales and stuff. So I was like, oh sure, you know, I want to be helpful because that's the whole point of my channel, is I want to help people like with the content that I create. So let me give that a try. That turned out to be a really bad decision. So I did this. It was a while, maybe an hour long video, and I looped it. But it brought out some strange comments. Now there are plenty of people out there who like to listen to that purely for relaxation purposes, and I know that. And this isn't about you. This is about other people. And I had someone get really aggressive with me and harass me on a daily basis. I'm talking morning, noon, and night. Harassed me. Not to the point where I thought I was gonna, you know, delete my channel or anything. I wasn't gonna let that happen. But it got kind of scary for me, especially as a newer creator. And I tried to be super nice and explain, you know, no, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm not going to do this anymore. And I ended up deleting the video. They would just really harass me, and they would also get a little sexual with some of the requests in addition, like wanting me to do things with the radio tuning. No. So that's been kind of absurd. It hasn't come back up in a while. I blocked the person twice because I created a different account. I had to block that. But I have had others come towards me asking me, you know, to do these things, not to the level of the one person, but just know that it doesn't resonate with me, and I'm glad that that video was helpful for some people, but it wasn't helpful for me. And I have to protect myself. So unfortunately, you know, that's not something I'm ever going to do again. And it was a good lesson for me to really know just to stick to my own guns and what I feel comfortable with and what I feel called to do. And if it's not something that resonates with me, then I'm probably just not going to be able to make a video for it. So I hope that people understand. Aside from that, I have gotten a couple of weird requests, like, you know, pretend I'm a cat and pet me or something, and then maybe something about feet. I don't know. Luckily, I haven't had too many crazy ones lately. Question number 21 is, do your family and friends know you make ASMR videos? Some of them do. It's not a secret by any means, but I've just never been the type of person who like takes out a billboard when they're about to do something or when they're starting something at all. My husband and son know about it, of course, because they live with me, but outside of that, only a very small circle of people really know about it. I started an Instagram for this channel when I started the channel, just so I could kind of connect more with ASMR people, community and stuff. So, and I knew that probably that account would come up as a suggested account to follow for people who like already connected with my regular Instagram. And a few people, just a very small handful of people, find it that way and followed it, and I really appreciate them. They're just the best for being supportive of me and my creative endeavors, whether they're into ASMR or not. I just appreciate that they are being supportive. So I will say, I had a friend from high school who, I guess it came up as a suggestion for her, and she commented, she's like, I'm not really into ASMR, but I wish you well. I just thought it was funny and nice of her. And yeah, I'm sure plenty of people have come across that account and been like, what is girlfriend doing over here? But yeah, it's fine. I don't mind. To each their own. To each their own. Question 22 is, have you ever been recognized in public? No, I have not been recognized in public. I have a little over 800 subscribers right now. Thank you. You're so awesome. But I don't know if that's enough to warrant a concern about being recognized in public. If it ever happened, it would be super cool. I'm definitely not opposed to that, but right now, no. Question number 23 is, what inspires your video ideas? So I would say just like everyday life stuff, you know. If I like when I do my little show and tells or shopping things, like that would be fun to share. Oh, to Target or Hobby Lobby or the thrift store, kind of thing. It just kind of comes to me like, oh, that would be relaxing, or that would be something fun to share with people in ASMR style. So just that kind of stuff. I mean, they just come to me like everyday life kind of things. Like, oh, let's share that. Question number 24 is, where do you find yourself spending the most time online? I will give you a wild guess. YouTube, of course. I watch a lot of ASMR and tarot videos on YouTube. So I would say that's where I spend a lot of time. Of course, you know, I pop in and out of like social media and stuff. But I'm not on social media all the time. And I don't do all the social media. I'm talking like Facebook, Instagram, pretty much. Yeah. That's pretty much my social media. And then my work stuff. But does that really count? I don't know. eBay stuff. But my recreational outlet is YouTube. Question 25. It's the last question. Question number 25 is, what advice would you give someone who wanted to make their own ASMR content? Well, first is, be yourself. Just be yourself. Be authentic. Create the content that you feel called to create. Don't let the opinions of others hold you back, because we all know ASMR is not always easily understood by everyone. People who don't experience it have a hard time understanding it sometimes, but don't let that hold you back. I would say make sure that your intentions are pure. Don't do it because you think you're gonna make a bunch of money doing it, or you're gonna go viral, or make content that you think will get you monetized the fastest. I would say just stick to what you want to do, and the right audience will find you. And I think that's a great way to grow your channel organically. just don't get caught up in what other people are doing. Make sure you just do content that resonates with you. And I would also say, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I was afraid for a little while. I wanted to start my channel a while before I actually did start it. And I did have to get some ducks in a row with my confidence levels, which I have done. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm still a human. But I think just don't be afraid, because I bought my microphone a whole year and a half before I got the courage to actually create this channel. And I sat there and I looked at this microphone and I thought, I'm gonna do this one day. I'm gonna do this. But I was always a little too scared. I was just scared of what people might think, or, you know, getting negative comments, and, you know, being a sensitive person. You know, I feel like maybe I felt like that might have affected me in such a way that it wouldn't be the right thing for me to do. But you don't know until you try. And it took me a little while, but I went for it. And I'm so glad that I did, because it's not only such a great outlet for me, but it has connected me with so many wonderful, like-minded people. I'm so grateful for that. So I really, really encourage you, if this is something you want to do, if you love ASMR, if you have a passion for it, if you want to help people feel better, do it. Just do it. Okay? Just do it. Don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back. It's gonna be okay. It'll be great. And tell me when you make your channel and I'll subscribe. Okay? Alright, my friends. That completes our question and answer session for today. Again, thank you so much, Christina, for tagging me. And thank you so very much for watching. I am wishing you a wonderful rest of your day or your night, and a very good sleep. And until I see you next time,